I love the fact that this Memento run just won the Cruci 20 on its first try. Like, that's just so funny. Bastion Reaction. This is the perfect opportunity to try out the new change to the orb. I think that it's... Look, the thing is, refreshing a board is actually just a very, very valuable piece. It also has good damage, and now it also comes with AoE damage, so... I'm probably going to go double store, just to try and increase my chances of finding the orb, because I get slightly more options for looking at orbs. Unless I happen to find one before that point, in which case I will probably try and that works. Only go to one of the stores if possible. Very nice. 54 cash. Let's just keep that cash climbing up. 2 elites later on is nice. I like to see that. I want to go fight so that I can see orbs, so that I can buy the cool orbs that I want to buy. Since this Bastion passive is very nice to have access to. It's like even when you're not using it, it's just nice to have it sitting there, and it's just giving you some insurance. It's just like if you find this boss passive, you're golden. If you find this boss passive, you're also golden. Area 3 is slightly less punishing. Like, the things it does is actually just like kind of really, really nice, and that's one of the reasons why I like Peggin so much. Peglin's actually just such a fun class to play. My orb. Another cool AoE orb with a very, very impressive downside. I guess we're going this way. I'm fine with that. I would have preferred to go to the treasure chest, but as long as you give me the orb I'm after, I will happily accept it. Because I only get one option in the treasure chest, it's like the options are just pretty bad on average. But that's not to say that you can't hit some really, really good stuff. I just didn't believe that we would. Nice. Nope, it did not work. I was hoping that I could bless it, but it seems not. I can actually just go this way. Means we're only going one store, but it's fine by me. Stuff the sling. Hey, look. Did I see an obelisk? That's right, I think so. If I get all offered the stuff for an obelisk / Pebball comp, I will take it. How about that? You see, I can say that very easily because I know for a fact that I'm just not going to get offered it. And thus it's just an empty promise because I'm not going to have to do anything. That's just how it goes. Or, you know, you find your one obelisk and then you just find like no more pebbles or obelisks or bottles for the rest of the run. That was an annoying run. It was just like so unlucky. Yeah. Especially with how common it feels to find all of them. Let's try and boost up my gold. 3 more, if you would have been so kind. Ah! Well. I no longer require boosting up my gold 3 more. Because I found the orb that I was looking for. That is beautiful. Alright, let's try and... Technically I could try and push to 130. Oh, that's fine, I guess, actually. Oh, come on, man. Alright, let's get this orb upgraded ASAP. Because I don't really want to be losing health to it. Not for most fights. Not bad. Not bad indeed. Let's just claim you now. Then we claim the bat the next shot. Cool stuff. Alright, so I found what I was looking for. It seems like we're almost certainly not going to be doing Pebball nonsense, right? I mean, it's still a chance, still a chance. Never say never. Bonk. I'm going to be honest, I almost just totally skipped on this orb. It's very hard for me to spot it, apparently, which is not a surprise. It's been a bit on the weaker side for a while. For postal service. Interesting. I don't think we can do much with that. That being said, we do have a lot of starting shields, so it's actually kind of nice sometimes. Alright, that AoE damage is becoming reasonably real, reasonably fast. which is something you do indeed love to see. And also just like knowing that I'm walking into this elite fight with +1 refresh source is just kind of nice. There are also some elite fights which do care about the fact that it's AoE as well. I mean, balance is definitely worth a pick up there, but I'm going to shy away from it. Try and lean into something else that I haven't tried before, because balance is definitely like a surefire way to make sure you're winning, especially high crucible. But I'm just like not too interested in that right now. Let's see how much we can do on AoE for. It's not going to be crazy. 16 shielding. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, it's some decent damage there. Now I gotta collect a lot of cash up, eh? Bye bye. Now I'll do this shot. Now I'll try slightly lower than 3. I don't want to try that actually. I'll do 3, get the 1 bomb, set up the next bomb. Do 4, hit that bomb. No one has gunpowder, so I can't do the thing. There we go, perfect. And there we go, that was exactly what I was hoping for. You're dead. Alright, that was very nice. We got an achievement there, incredible, right? Absolutely lovely. Lucky penny fruit scares. I will actually try and lean towards lucky penny stuff because I'm feeling pretty crazy. Yep, I was trying to talk myself out of it there, but I changed my mind. I think we can get away with it, is the thing. I'm going this way not because I actually want the bad cheese, but because I don't really care which one I get there, and I just kind of want to make sure that my navigation is forced here because going to this elite is kind of important. Oh, okay, we get a repeat. Don't mind if I do, I guess. Should be able to get a crit for the next hit anyway. Should be a nice chunk of damage. Yeah, as I expected, right? Lucky penny, so the chance of us getting a crit is actually pretty high. If we get all or nothing, it could be pretty sick, couldn't it? I will still shoot this. Yeah. You're basically dead. 132, damn. Some good damage. Good damage indeed. I'll let you overtake. Damn, my good orb is very far away. That's unfortunate. 1 bonk, and then we'll go 3. There's 3. Interesting, so that would have hit the refresh before. And now we do 4. Okay. Well, I messed it up apparently, but it seems like it worked. And now you all fall down. Yep, it just has really good damage, so I'm surprised it's achieving that. Your refresh also trigger a crit. Just giga stack critting. Well, it's not as if I'm playing the worst possible class for it, so yeah, let's do it. How much health do I need? I probably need my health actually. Let's salt that. I went to 0 stores in Area 1, didn't I? Interesting choice, for sure. Not sure if I'd recommend it. Probably wouldn't. Nice, I was actually trying to get in there and it looks like waiting and trying to aim that shot was just a good idea. It paid off. Yeah, that one was much more boring. 10 shielding, 48 health. Perfect. Just... Oh. I don't know how much health he was on before, but that is impressive. Oh, well, it's very simple. 150 damage, right? Not as good as I initially expected, but still just a free 150 damage. Like, it's not bad. Gopher. Viridian. I think we'll just take Gopher. It has pretty good synergy with the double-edged sword, just because double-edged sword has really good damage, so it's barely losing any. As well as hitting more pegs, so the refresh is dealing more damage. Which could be cool counter synergy, depending on how you want to actually view the orb. I'm trying to look at it as an upside right now, I think. So you want me to take 1 elite, 2 chests, 2 shops, I mean. I can do that. All the stuff with the sling's actually keeping me out. Cool. Bye-bye. I love that so much. It's so fun just getting to the start of your shot and then all enemies die. You know what? Screw it. Sure, screw it. They're actually pretty decent levels. So yeah, I'm doing a hybrid run here. Partially W Sword, partially Pebble. And once I start getting some obelisks, the pebbles will start working a whole lot more. For now, they're pretty odd, but yeah. The thing is, I'm actually trying to like focus a lot of critting nonsense, which the pebble comp is usually just very happy if you're achieving. So I'm just going to try it out, see where it gets me. Because the thing about that event is it gives you a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3 pebble. And like a level 3 pebble, especially with stuff that's slaying, is actually just like not that bad. It's not that good either. It is just a blank orb with no effects other than the mildly decent damage, but that can be handy. I'm just gonna reload. I don't believe in the power of a level 1 pebble, but maybe I should have. I should not have. I was justified. Oh, missed the refresh, but we're all good. Alright, let's I believe I did turn down an obelisk actually, that's unfortunate. But there's one in the store right now. Oh, wow. I love being correct. Don't need to buy the remove, so I'll hold off on doing the remove. Just... No, I'm not actually going to. That was very silly, I should have. No reason why I shouldn't have. Bit silly on my behalf, but let's add Refilibuster just to take it from a 5 times multiplier to a 6 times multiplier. Amazing. God, having this obelisk is going to be so nice once it's upgraded 1 level. Just need to get it there. The good news is, this is a really good fight for me, I think. Oh, especially with the bomb baton, actually. That's sweet. Oh, you know what? Screw it. As I said, screw it. Let's just end the fight there. Maybe not my wisest call, but I'm alive. I got through the fight. I would rather go right. I'm not too happy about that. Cookie? Sure. Let's just try and wipe them on the second shot, I guess. Looks like I wiped them on the second shot, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, what was that targeting? You fool? Now I lose health. Wait. Oh, that is annoying. So you load up your orb before the enemy spawns in. Well, unfortunate, but the orb still deals very, very good damage, so you know, it's like not that big of an issue, that's for sure. Wait, why did I spend the upgrade when I was... whatever. Just a slightly bit blind. Damn. Damn, damn. Not rewarded. Reloads do nothing, so you want me to take 2 passives that are like... One of them is pretty cool, but I only have like 2 refreshing sources, and the other one is... I guess I could get use out of it. Actually, I'm kind of scared of this fight, honestly. I just realized that the tools that we have are pretty miserable for this fight specifically. We just kind of have to chop through her. Oh, no crit, no refresh, that was just a garbage shot all around. Now I get giga bonked there with this orb because that's just how it works. Yep. Quite rough because, yeah, definitely wanted more damage on my obelisk. That's what this shot is for. Since the good news is this shot should just kind of end the fight. With how much damage it gets, it didn't really, gonna be honest. 922, let's take that down to 680, and now we're dead in 3 turns, okay. A 3-turn timer, I can definitely work with that because you're just dead next shot. Jesus, it got quite close though, much closer than I would have liked. Ooh, that shot was just timed so perfectly, I'm so proud of that one. Oh my lord. Let's finish things up. Slightly too spicy for me, I think. Slightly too spicy for me. Ever so slightly. Pebball upgraded A keeps 10 cactus. Safety. Sapper. Roth. Somehow it's actually just a pretty hard choice, I'm gonna be honest. That is pretty cool, that is pretty cool, that's straight up all of them are good here. This helps Pebball Comp deal with its biggest weakness, which is dealing with multiple enemies. This helps Pebball Comp deal with its biggest weakness, which is multiple enemies. This helps Pebball Comp deal with multiple enemies, which is, believe it or not, its biggest weakness. And this helps Pebblecomp just smash through bosses, which I am kind of having an issue with bosses, maybe less so than multiple enemies. And I do kind of want to get value off my Bastion reaction and thus take a Wonder Skull Wrath or something. I think I'll be warring. I'll just take this. 1.25 nerf. I might have said 1.2 previously. Uh-huh. Sure. That sounds like I have a lot of time for upgrades. Maybe not. We'll see. My refresh. Incredible shot. Ooh, I would have preferred you left that refresh out. But it's all good because I have this amazing shot, which is actually just a pretty amazing shot, as I said. As it was foretold, that was very silly of me. I said I was going to be upgrading my pebbles, and then I changed my mind, and then I changed my mind back, and I forgot to actually upgrade the pebbles. Amazing, we spent 7 HP to upgrade a pebble. I am so pleased we did that. I actually am happy we did that, to be clear. I'll just make you a joke, because usually you're not. Usually you'd rather do like anything but, because that pebble is going to get removed from your deck very shortly. If you would just disappear, that would be cool. Yeah, like that. Thank you. It was indeed very cool. You may now take your turn. I forgot we actually had a real amount of ping revenge damage, that is. That's fun. 17 shielding. Poof, I took 6 health. Yeah, this map is a bit icky, isn't it? Just a bit icky. The good news is this next shot's going to be absolutely incredible. Like, look at this. Amazing. I was hoping for a bit more damage. But at least he didn't make me lose any health, right? He didn't. I did. I made myself lose a lot of health. More obelisks are just such a massive deal if we could find them. That's really nice. It would be nice to get that before I was doing these level 3 pep upgrades though, because I probably should know. I honestly forgot that event even existed. Refresh yield. Honestly, I'm actually kind of happy to see that. I know I said I wasn't actually planning on reloading like ever, but then I started reloading more than I expected, so yeah. Wait, I should have killed the spore shroom at the front. Bit of a silly choice there, but we're all good. Oh, really good stuff there. Just tearing them apart. I will take it. Oh, I was not trying to shoot there, but we're all good. That works. That works indeed. Double upgrades are nowhere near as mandatory anymore. I'd rather have full cash for this store. Full cash? Perfect. Yep, push me up to 200. I have no removes I need, but I want this obelisk. No obelisk. Jesus. These are pretty pathetic. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, you know what's cool? Getting a mirror and then it duplicates my obelisk. Oh, that was interesting. I guess I'm not going to the second store, which means I've got a lot of Pebball upgrading on my plate. Ideally, left has more fights, and I kind of want more fights, question mark. I realize the irony of saying question mark. I'm just not fully sure. I think I want more fights. Man, ping damage is like such a fun bit. I think I might do a custom run of that soon. Oh, you just didn't do stuff. I might try a custom run of that soon. It's always just very fun trying to return to that kind of nonsense. It works out pretty well. I do want to be pressing the max HP increase button, but Pebball upgrades come first, so it is that. Oh! That's funny. At the start of your shot, gain 1 finesse. That is... I mean, that would be a cool... I guess it would need more than that to actually be a good orb, though. Since we have one which is after that, for dealing, like, literally no damage, but it's 3 times as strong. And it turns out 3 finesse is actually a pretty big amount. Like, unironically, a ballad here would be kind of good. Which is pretty silly. Pretty silly indeed. But I can tell you one thing for certain. Instead of finding 1 ballad, I would much rather find 3 obelisks. That'd be fun. Alright. Oh, you missed. Not anymore, you didn't. There we go. Realistically, I should have just taken the when you add an orb to your deck one. But I wanted to get really punished when I lost health in this fight, because I'm going to lose a whole bunch of health. Good news is I'm pretty resistant to self-damage. Like, this is actually just such a cool passive, it does so much for you. Yeah. Peglin just forcing a Pebball comp just works. You see what I mean though? I was literally talking about it this run, wasn't I? About how you try and force a Pebball comp, and so of course, you like, don't. You only find one obelisk the entire run. And meanwhile, I've also found 0 extra pebbles, as I mentioned, apart from the one event where I picked stuff up initially. It's actually just so cursed. I think I did see a pebble earlier. I really just can't recall for sure though. Do I have Ambi? I don't have Ambi. I would have loved going to that store, that's for sure. It could have been very nice. Amazing. Alright, let's see what you can do. Yes? Kind of. Let's see what you can do. Not hit a refresh, thank you. Bam. Not as cool as I was hoping, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I totally forgot about the fact that we had picked up a round guard. I was wondering why enemies were dealing no damage to me on reloads though. I was slightly confused. Well, that sucks. As I mentioned, literally no extra pebbles, no extra obelisks, no extra bold orbs. Just no fun. And now I have to make my... That is the second time this run. How does it keep doing it? That's funny. Yeah, cool, Cactus is just helpful though, but I definitely would have preferred one of the other boss passives. I think I couldn't have known, but I do think that the Skullfront Wrath would have actually worked out quite well. It's just very hard to tell because sometimes you do just get a lot of fights in Area 3, and Wrath would just completely melt you. But that didn't really happen as much this run, so yeah, I think it would have worked out. Nice, I actually hit that. I was aiming at it, but I also wasn't planning on slowing down the shot to actually guarantee that I get it, kind of thing. Close? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, I'm just kind of shredding through them at a very decent rate. It's just like very nice. The fact that we're not getting interrupted by them hiding behind each other is super cool because, you know, that's actually really unfortunate. Please the refresh. I was really hoping it would have solved that problem. Because Tender Cactus is pretty good for just smashing through that. You can do something surely. Whatever. Whatever. It's making decently hard at this point, but this is basically guaranteed to get a win. I get a kill. Obelisk just deals too much damage for them to deal with, and I'm pretty good at hitting the crit as well, so I was hoping that I would hit the crit and get a lot of damage. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm very happy with the double-edged sword. I think that it was just like nice to have in my deck, and I think that for future runs, when I have like a self-damage piece, like Bastion Reaction, or maybe just a ton of shielding kind of thing, just picking it up sounds like a decent idea. Like 75% less damage is such a massive difference. The difference between 50% and 75%, as it turns out, is just so much. It just makes such a big deal because 50% was still just like, oh, I just hit a lot of pegs this shot. Well, I'm dead. I just took 60 damage. And now it's much harder to take that 60 damage. Still very possible though, so definitely be careful when you're picking up this orb. And be very careful about like how much health you're losing early game when you haven't actually gotten it upgraded yet, because it can be a big issue then. And yeah, yet again, the like takeaway for this run is just that like trying to do Pebball stuff is just not worth it. You're not going to find the pieces you want. You're barely going to get any of the events you want. Like we had 2 good events for us technically, and things are just not going to work out. I tried picking up cool crit pieces. It didn't work out. I guess it would have been nice to play for a postal service more. I was actually noticing that a postal service impact though. There were some fights where enemies just died, and that was funny. And yeah, as long as you don't consider the fact that they died because they took like 200 damage or something pathetic, then yeah, a postal service was kind of nice. Uh, Boss passive is definitely going to be much more interesting for what I was trying to achieve. They both work for this kind of stuff quite well. Like they're both certainly passives that I would heavily pick up. But I feel like I could have had a much cooler combo going on. Only one obelisk, man. I'm just remembering those runs back before where I was getting like four obelisks. Like, oh, they were beautiful. Maybe in custom runs, but uh, and of course the classic runs where you replace all of your pebbles with obelisks and you have like eight obelisks